Some breaking news coming in. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, in fact, is in Delhi's Jantar Mantar. These pictures on your screen are live visuals. Now she is, in fact, talking to the wrestlers, lending their support according with Dipinder Hooda of the Congress party, MP of the Congress party. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is at Jantar Mantar, lending her support to the protesting wrestlers there. In fact, Shreya Chatterjee is right there at Jantar Mantar getting us the very latest. In fact, political support has started to pour in. This time around, it's Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Dipinder Hooda of the Congress party supporting these wrestlers. Shreya.
Well, absolutely. So, Sneha, you know, Dipinder Hooda was there yesterday as well. But today it's extremely significant because for the first time we see Priyanka Gandhi Vadra reach the protest site here at Jantar Mantar, and she's meeting the wrestlers, Sneha, clearly having a word and extending her support. This comes after we see that an FIR has been formally registered by the Delhi Police. There are two FIRs, I'm correcting myself, that's been registered by the Delhi Police. We could briefly catch a word with Priyanka Gandhi. She said that she'll speak to the media once she meets all the protesters. And as you clearly see, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is right now talking with the wrestlers, meeting them, extending her support. So this is definitely something the wrestlers were also expecting this time. Unlikely during the last protest, they said they don't want any political leaders to come, but this time they said they want political support with them, and that's exactly what has happened again.
Interesting developments with Priyanka Gandhi at Jantar Mantar. In fact, she's all set to campaign in Karnataka as well, but important to lend solidarity to these wrestlers. Several, in fact, sports stars have come out in support of them. As far as these wrestlers are concerned, their outcry is against a BJP MP, a sitting BJP MP there, considered to be very powerful, isn't it, Shreya?
Well, absolutely. That is exactly what these wrestlers have also implied. You know, Sneha, at Jantar Mantar, what they've done essentially, they've put out the list of allegations and cases against Brij Bhushan Sharan, because that's what the wrestlers are trying to say, that this man is a Bahubali, is why it is difficult for them that they are coming out on the streets and are protesting against them. You can see the poster. I'll show my cameraman to give you the visuals. You can see what they clearly want is Brij Bhushan Singh to be arrested. There is a photo of Brij Bhushan Singh photoshopped behind the bars, and that's what the wrestlers are demanding. So unlikely that, Sneha, just an FIR is something that will end this protest. What we might likely see is that they will now press for the arrest of Brij Bhushan Singh, and until and unless we don't really think that they will be moving out of the protest, because yesterday their first reaction was that they do not trust the Delhi Police essentially. So we'll have to wait and watch how the protest essentially transpires. But right now, as we talk, this dharna which began, the second time that they resumed, which began on 23rd of April, has started seeing political support from leaders from the Aam Aadmi Party, now the Congress. We saw TMC also coming and extending their support. So this essentially now is also garnering support from the political parties, the oppositions, which is somewhere down the line a message against the centre.
All right, a message against the centre, and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra lending support, sitting with the women wrestlers there. Talking to them about their problems. Remember, viewers, it was in fact Congress MP Dipinder Hooda who had demanded a Supreme Court monitored probe in this entire matter. Isn't it, Shreya, to find out who all were protecting the accused? The court did finally intervene, and because of which the Delhi police were forced to file an FIR. They weren't doing it for days together as these Olympians sat on a dharna, just living at Delhi's Jantar Mantar.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Sneha, you know, on 21st of April is primarily when 7 wrestlers had given a complaint to Delhi Police in Connaught Place Police Station. Essentially, we did not see an official response from the Delhi Police then, but all of us who spoke with Delhi Police sources, they categorically said that they are looking at the Oversight Committee report, and only after they get that will they think about how they can file an FIR. When this happened, we saw the wrestlers move the Supreme Court, and when they moved the Supreme Court, essentially yesterday, we saw the Solicitor General of India, Tushar Mehta, who is appearing for the Delhi Police, say that the Delhi Police will be filing an FIR. At night, we see 2 of the FIRs registered, one in the POCSO case, and other against the 6 wrestlers complaint in the same matter. So that's probably why we do see the wrestlers not essentially trusting the Delhi Police, because it was only after Supreme Court kicking in that they see that Delhi Police registered an FIR. So So as you rightly pointed out, we may not just see the wrestlers moving out of the protest site just because an FIR has been registered. Their main reason is they want Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh to be arrested and a case being made out against him.
What are you hearing as far as the arrest of Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is concerned? Now that an FIR has also been filed under, Shreya, the stringent provisions of the POCSO Act.
If we talk about the procedures, Neha, then in all likelihood, these serious charges attract non-bailable arrests. However, what we do know from our sources inside the Delhi police right now, the first and foremost step that the Delhi police is looking at is 164 statements to be registered of all the 7 wrestlers who have come out and complained. Once these complaints are registered, the Delhi police will be investigating each of them. Remember, there were complaints that even sexual harassment had taken place overseas when they were out on their Olympic trips. There were sexual harassment that happened against these players. So we might just see Delhi police moving out of India as well when they pan out their investigation. So the next few days, essentially, we'll see statements being registered, the investigation leading ahead, and if at all the Delhi police can gather some strong evidence, we will also in all likelihood see the arrest of Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. But as of now, there are 2 FIRs that's been registered against him. Brij Bhushan Singh has also said that he will be cooperating with the investigation. Now the ball is in the court of Delhi police. We'll have to see what they do from here onwards.
The optics of this is very difficult for the BJP. Horrible, in fact, I would say. Here is a sitting MP of the Bharatiya Janata Party who has been accused of sexual harassment. Our Olympians, our wrestlers, our champions are on the streets protesting. Imagine wrestlers crying, saying that there is no relief. This man continues to be protected and shielded. Only expected that the opposition will latch on to this opportunity, isn't it? And rightly so.
Well, absolutely. Well, absolutely, Sneha. You know, Delhi police's delay in an interest in filing an FIR is something which is questionable in the first and foremost, because the moment we saw those allegations coming forward, the Delhi police should have immediately swung in and registered an FIR, primarily because there are sections in 166 AC that clearly says that under certain sections, which include sexual harassment, 354A, if an FIR is not registered, an action can also be taken against the public servant. That was essentially the case that Kapil Sibal also made out in the court, and subsequently we saw that Delhi police was pushed to file the FIR. But the delay, Sneha, that happened is something that the opposition is time and again using to say that somewhere down the line the centre was trying to protect Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh because obviously he is a sitting MP. But having said that, now that the FIR is registered, it will be interesting to look forward how the investigation pans. If we talk about the wrestlers primarily, they are in all hopes that from now onward, since the Supreme Court has somewhere down the line come into the picture, they believe that justice could be served.
Gandhi Vadra at Jantar Mantar right now. These are live pictures on your screens where the senior Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, and in charge of UP, she is the General Secretary of the AICC. She is in fact lending solidarity to the wrestlers who are protesting in Delhi's Jantar Mantar, as you can see in these visuals. In fact, also Shreya, we're expecting several other political leaders to stand by these wrestlers today and in the next few days to come, because they have said they're not moving from that venue of Jantar Mantar till the time the man in question is arrested. This also includes a possible visit by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today.
I mean, we can obviously, see that, because remember, if the last 2-3 days we look forward, the stage was set for that. We saw the Aam Aadmi Party extending support, we saw the TMC extending support, we saw Congress extending the support, and now we are seeing the top leaders also coming into the picture. With Priyanka Gandhi Vadra coming and meeting the wrestlers here at Jantar Mantar, we can only say that there is a possibility that other senior leaders from all the political parties might just come and meet the wrestlers. The difference in the picture here is also because, you know, last time we saw the wrestlers not interested in any kind of political support, but this time they did a press conference, categorically said that we request everyone who wants to come and support us to join us here at Jantar Mantar. That's afterwards when we saw that all political parties one by one, they came at Jantar Mantar, they extended support. Now with an FI being registered, because the case also looks somewhere down the line a little, a way that the wrestlers were wanting. It's probably the right time when the political leaders are also coming to send out a message that that this is something that is against primarily the centre, this is something against primarily the BJP. But if we talk about the investigation, in the first place, when the wrestlers had made a complaint, we saw the Sports Ministry make an oversight committee that was headed by Mary Com. We saw the oversight committee give a report to the ministry, and forward there, the entire report wasn't made public, but certain observations which clearly said that the internal committee to report sexual harassment wasn't functioning well in the WFI. That was something that the oversight committee had also observed. So from there onwards, what does the Delhi police find is something that will be extremely interesting. But we do see that the wrestlers are somewhere down the line a little satisfied with the fact that an FIR has been registered, but they're still not moving from Jantar Mantar, Sneha, because what they clearly expressed last night was they don't completely trust the Delhi police.
Trust the Delhi police. Essentially, they're waiting for the arrest to happen. Shreya, is what you're telling us, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. That's absolutely the picture. You know, again, I'll ask my cameraman to show the poster, Sneha. That will give a better picture. You can see that they have a picture of Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh behind the bars. That particular poster that they have put is what they kind of are looking at. They want Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh to be arrested, essentially, and a case being made out against him. We'll have to see how Delhi police does their investigation, because when we talk about the investigation entirely, Sneha, remember, this entire case is not just about a few years back. It runs back to 2012. So entirely for that long stretch, the Delhi police will have to go back and investigate essentially the allegations that's been leveled by all these 7 wrestlers. That starts with 164 statements being recorded, and then Delhi police will pan out their investigation. We also do know that senior police officials have also been included, so that the wrestlers also feel safe in sharing their complaints, in sharing their entire story. Because remember, the allegations they also made against the Delhi police was that there were leaking happening. They said that the names of the complainants, and especially those who were minors, their names were being leaked and they were being harassed by the WFI. There were money being offered. So these allegations have already been made. There's an aspersion casted against the Delhi police and those in power, saying that they were trying to delay and stop this entire investigation. But with the Supreme Court coming into the picture and FIR being registered, it is something that will be interesting to see how Delhi police finishes the investigation from here onwards. Because when we talk about the case,
I'm going to thank you for the moment for getting us all of those details. Congress Neta Priyanka Gandhi Vadra at Delhi's Jantar Mantar. These are live visuals on your screen. In fact, we also spoke earlier to Bajranj Punia. He says that the Delhi police, in fact, is not to be trusted, and they are, in fact, not cooperating with the wrestlers in their dharna. Listen in.
खाना अंदर नहीं आने दे रहे, पानी अंदर नहीं आने दे रहे, कुछ तख्त मंगवाए थे हमने, कुछ गद्दे मंगवाए थे, सभी को उनको मार के भगा दिया। कुछ चीजें अंदर नहीं आने दे रही है। पुलिस प्रशासन का व्यवहार है खिलाड़ियों के साथ। और मैंने एसएचओ साहब से, एसीपी साहब से बात की तो बोल रहे कि ऐसे ही करेगा, धरना करना है तो सड़क पे सो जाइए। तो ये इनका व्यवहार है। आज से पहले कोई दिक्कत नहीं थी, इतनी थोड़ी बहुत दिक्कत हुई थी। आज से पहले इतनी दिक्कत तो कभी नहीं हुई।
बिजली आज कटी या पहले?
आज कटी है बिजली।
India Today exclusively spoke to wrestler Vinesh Phoghat. Listen in to what she said.
आपने बोला कि धरना खत्म नहीं होगा जब तक अरेस्ट नहीं होते। ये आपकी कह सकते हैं कि एक ऐसी डिमांड है कि यहाँ से तभी हिलेंगे जब वो जेल के पीछे होंगे।
ये सिर्फ हमारी डिमांड नहीं है जी, जो हमारे देश के लोग जो हमारे साथ में सपोर्ट में खड़े हैं, उन सभी की मांग है कि उन ऐसे लोगों को मतलब आप कैसे बाहर रख सकते हो जो लड़कियों का शोषण कर रहे हैं। कोई चोरी डकैती का ये केस नहीं है कि उन्होंने किसी को पीट दिया या किसी का लैंड डिस्प्यूट में कुछ झगड़ा हो गया। ये लड़कियों का, महिलाओं का मामला है। हम भारत की बेटियां हैं, क्या हम इतना तो हम चाह ही सकते हैं कि जिसने हमारी बहनों के साथ में गलत किया, जिसने हमारे रेसलिंग के साथ में गलत किया, उनको इतनी सजा तो मिलनी चाहिए अभी तो।
विनेश, एक आखिरी सवाल, आपने बोला कि उनको सभी पदों से हटाया जाए, ये कितना आपको लगता है कि प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल है? क्या उनको हटाया जाएगा, ऐसी उम्मीद है आपको?
इस दुनिया में, इस धरती पे सब पॉसिबल है सर, लेकिन सरकार चाहे तो। लेकिन मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ आपको कि देश से बड़ी कोई सरकार नहीं है, देश ही सरकार बनाती है। हमें देश के न्यायालय पे पूरा भरोसा है और हमें उच्चतम न्यायालय पे पूरा भरोसा है।